Hello everyone, this is Matthew Peruccio here. I hope that you all are doing well. I hope you're enjoying the beginnings of this new year. Hopefully you guys are not too cold like me and my wife are, but we are enjoying it. We are back here in Kansas City, and so I wanted to kind of just share with you briefly what happened the last 6 months with us in Nashville. Take a couple minutes about that, and also talk about where this next season, where the Lord is leading us, what He has been calling us to do. And so I'm excited to just share some of that with you guys. And so around August, Margaret and we drove to Nashville, Tennessee. There's an organization called Caleb Global. They train and send missionaries who share the love and power of the gospel, bringing unity among believers in Israel, the Middle East, and the nations of the earth. That's like their vision and their call. And so we are in a 3-month training called the School of Revival. It's the primary way that this organization disciples and reaches people in the Middle East or Arab or Jewish people with the gospel. This program provides hands-on training, discipleship, guides us into God's passion specifically for the Middle East. And we were planning on spending the first 2 months in Nashville, gaining much needed tools to prepare us for being deployed specifically into Jordan and into Iraq in the month of October. The training that we learned was huge, very vast. It covered things like intimacy with Jesus. We wrote our own identity statements and who we are before the Lord. At the same time, though it was massive in scope, it also was extremely narrow in some ways. Regarding Middle Eastern studies, such as God's everlasting love for Israel, ancient and modern Israeli history, the development of what is now Judaism, the 5 pillars of Islam, and God's heart for a reunited brotherhood that Jesus desires with Jew and Arab. And so we started each day with contemplative worship and intercession. We grasped God's undying covenant for Israel. And the more we grasp God's love for these people, the more we begin to see the scriptures from a new and creative lens. And so one of the things we did, we found beauty in the Messianic Jewish traditions. And so we visited Messianic synagogues, and we celebrated the Feast of Trumpets. And we also had a Seder meal celebrating the Feast of Trumpets, where we ate the traditional food of figs and honey and fish. It was wonderful. We had the challah bread. We smelled it in the air during the Shabbat meals. We learned the plight also in the heart of Arab refugees by actually providing them food here in the United States when they were hungry. We met people who were Kurdish refugees who were desperately in need of food, and we were able to preach and share the gospel and give them necessary food for them in their lives. We were also able to minister to also a lot of Latin American Hispanic people that came to these food drives as well, and so we were able to sow into their lives too. So as the time came closer and closer for us to be launched into Jordan and Iraq in October, Margaret and I decided to postpone our Middle East portion to a later date. The rest of the team did go, but we felt peace about staying. Some of it involved Margaret's journey with missions, and we thought it was a long-term beneficial decision for our marriage and other different dynamics, because also at that period of time, since me and Margaret are not vaccinated, it would have been hard for Margaret to come back into the United States because of some of the new restrictions that they had at that point. We didn't know how they applied for us in our specific situation, so we simply decided to put a hold on it, not forever say no, but we believe that it's going to happen in the near future. So we decided to stay for that 1 month. We continued to partner with ministries in Nashville, such as the Franklin Prayer House and Music City Worship. These are different organizations that desire for prayer, to pray for the city. And we also helped to gather the different ministries in the city. We were able to be a part of something called like the family gathering for different churches. That we came to Amy Grant's ranch, and we celebrated one another and what God was doing in the city. It was a really cool time to see the unity of the brethren, specifically believers in the Nashville area. So, though there was not necessarily masses that came to the Lord, I cannot give you specific statistics of specific numbers of that, or but I can give you some deep stories that I want to share with you. My first one was my friend named Mohammed. He was an Iraqi refugee that had to flee his own country because he served the United States while the U.S. soldiers were stationed there. Now he lives in a 2-bedroom, one bathroom apartment with his wife, and he has 2 high school boys. And so he is desiring to seek Jesus. He's even going to churches on a regular basis, and he wants to know about his Christian friends who keep coming to his house, and we were able to come, and I got to drink tea with him and just chat and just hear his story, hear what's actually happening, not just in the United States, but all around the world. There are Arab people who desire to know God, and they're desperately desiring to hear from us as believers. And so that's just one story. Another story is with Kristen. We were at a mall. She was a sales associate at the store, and when I gave her a very specific prophetic word that said that the Lord wanted to heal her relationship specifically with her father, her mouth just dropped, and she said, "You have no idea." And she pulled her phone out, and she said, my father just posted this blog post on my blog this morning about healing a relationship between a daughter and a father. And so it was wonderful how, and then immediately after that, all the other sales associates came. We have to pray for them as well. And it was just a God-ordained moment that we're so grateful for. So that's a little bit of what we've been doing. That's a little bit of what a little bit of the down low of some of the stuff. I'd be more than happy to share with you guys in the future why Israel and the Middle East. Give me more breakdown of theological, a commentary of that, which I would love to just not hear in this moment. So, what I do want to tell with you guys is where are we going now? We just got back in town. Me and my wife moved into a new home. It is a beautiful place that we've enjoyed. It's a rental place, but we have had much joy moving in. There's windows on every side. Margarita is super, super grateful and thankful for that. And so I've lived in Kansas City now for almost a third of my life. For 10 years, I've been serving and seeking and been deeply molded by God here in Kansas City. And so I began serving with 111 Global in 2015 in Amsterdam. And from there, I went to 50 different countries serving with them, serving in Hong Kong, serving in Thailand, Israel, Australia, Nepal. These are different places that the Lord has really given me to serve and prepare the way of the Lord in, and it has deeply encountered and blessed my life. And so, but after this training, we went over to Caleb Global. We came back extremely different people. We've had a deeper relationship with Christ from that experience, and since our return, we actually have many exciting opportunities that are coming our way. And one of them was that I was offered a position to work on staff with Caleb Global in the near future. And so we have many. These are just one of many things that have happened. That's one thing. In other situations as well have been coming up, but that's a big one. And so we've been praying about who do we want to serve with? Who do we want to serve the Lord with? Who is the Lord calling us to be a part of in a community? And so where is it locationally? Is that here in Kansas City or is that in Nashville, Tennessee? And so we think it would be unwise to just simply jump back into the old-fashioned routine that we've been living with for the past 7 years with 111 Global. And we said, we need to take some time to simply pray about what the Lord wants us to do. So I'm still discipling people. I'm also in the middle of writing a book, which is an exciting thing for me. I've been wanting to do this for many years, so I'm still serving in different ways, but we've kind of put some of our ministry responsibilities on hold for a little bit just to pray about where the Lord is going to lead us. And I believe He will speak to us. He has in the past. He brought us to Nashville, and He'll continue to speak. So I just want you to know, here's a little bit of what's going on in our lives. Please, please pray for us. We believe this is a very crucial time, a crucial moment for us, and I'd be grateful for your prayers. The Lord has us in a season of transition, and we are praying about where that would be. In the end of the day, we want to be fully available to the Lord, whatever that looks like, whether it's staying in Kansas City, whether it's working with 111 or working with Caleb or any other of the options but in between. We are seeking the Lord in this, and I just thank you for your prayers. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you for those who have partnered with us. We could not do this without you guys. It is such an amazing thing to be able to accomplish the Great Commission together with you. So thank you so much, and God bless you.